I just watched... Spoiler alert, while the story matters, it actually doesn't. After a satisfying conclusion of Season 4, audience continue to notice the inconsistent animation quality, which all reviews, memes, and comments can only focus on. While they do acknowledge the decent writing, engaging characters, dynamic relationships, and good conflicts, I agree that the inconsistent animation distracts me from those positive elements.
Get your mind out of my pants!
In previous videos, I offer a reason for a particular issue, something new that audience can draw onto and then appreciate the project afterwards. But for Invincible, audiences already figured out that the likely reason for any issue is the show's production costs. Most people point to the show's production limitations, the cost of its voice cast, the restrictions placed on animators, and Amazon prioritizing other projects. Naturally, Amazon aims to maximize revenue from their audience who prefer to receive content now rather than later. This is a complex topic and I will not go into productivity and personal well-being in the workplace. It's especially relevant in the era where television shows are being released later and later and later, causing frustration for audience who are constantly reminded about upcoming releases.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Companies like Amazon often look for shortcuts that satisfies audience demands quickly, even if the final product falls short of audience expectations. Back in the comic convention scene, Invincible effectively illustrates this point by mirroring the graphic novel's approach to similar issues. There are moments in the animation where it truly shines and captures everyone's attention. These standout scenes are primarily the fight sequences, which requires the most focus and effort. As a result, the dialogue scenes often feel stiff and awkward in comparison. Despite the time the animators had, audiences may still wonder about the overall effort put into the project. Improvements could have been made towards lighting, shadow, and movement to enhance the visual experience.
So no one is happy about this.
But the overall story is quite engaging. This season seems to focus on Mark as he works to find his identity. He is transitioning from being a rectorial hero into someone actively deciding the kind of person he wants to be. He distanced himself from the Guardians and from Cecil's expectations, while also dealing with his Viltrumite heritage and the guilt of being responsible for so many lost lives. As all of this unfolds, Mark's identity is constantly challenged throughout his relationships, the morally difficult decisions he faces, and the trauma he continues to endure. I also think that some of the story's weaker elements may have been intended to reinforce the theme of identity. While it may be a stretch, even the inconsistent power scaling could reflect Mark's internal struggle. Throughout the season, we see him survive brutal encounters with high-level Viltrumites, only to later struggle against weaker Earth-based threats. Robert Kirkman also seems largely uninterested in the strict power scaling, and that approach affects other characters as well, placing greater emphasis on their mental state, fatigue, motives, and overall purpose in the given moment rather than on their fixed levels of strength.
Come on, I'm just trying to keep you on your toes.
The show could have moved Mark away from those lower threat conflicts to focus solely on the large, spectacle fights, but that would have missed an important part of his character. Mark's identity has never been about proving one's power to anyone. Mark's identity has always been about maintaining his unbreakable spirit.
Along the way, you're going to need to do things you don't want to do or might not think you can do. It's okay to be scared. It's natural to doubt yourself. But if you can push through that and do what needs to be done, you'll do just fine.
At the end of the day, I understand why audiences focus so heavily on Invincible's animation. The inconsistencies are noticeable, and criticism towards a company like Amazon is completely fair.
Shame, shame, shame.
But I also think the conversation surrounding the show often overlooks why so many people continue to care about it in the first place. Invincible succeeds because of its characters and themes. Beneath all the debates about animation quality and power scaling is a story about identity, trauma, responsibility, and the fear of becoming someone you never wanted to be. Even when the visuals struggle, those ideas remain compelling enough to carry the series forward. At the same time, stronger and more consistent animation could have elevated those emotional moments even further, enhancing the storytelling and allowing the weight of certain scenes to fully connect with the audiences. And maybe that's why the criticism is so passionate. People criticize Invincible because they can see how truly great it can be. Do what you love and be happy.
I am invisible!
It's invincible and you're not. You're just out of your fucking mind.